Innovation and Design Thinking. IDT VTU Module 1. Shared Model in Team-Based Design. Part 3 by J. Babu. Tangible Business Process Modeling (TBPM). Organizations use visualization of business process models for communicating knowledge about actual working methods or procedures of the organization. Since organizations use the process viewpoint to share the knowledge and to make decisions accordingly, hence it is credit of investigating the processes and how they are brought out. Most of the business process models use interview methods to know domain experts' views about the processes and convert their understanding into the process models. Domain experts generally foreign with process thinking. Hence, they have problems in understanding the process models and give their meaningful feedback. Authors made a new approach that improved process elicitation and also strengthened the role of domain expert. They proposed an innovative method that complements the interviews with a toolkit and also methodology so as employ domain experts during process modeling. This is called tangible business process modeling. See the figures. Figure 1 shows TBPM toolkit and the media of BPM or the business process model and notation BPMN shapes. Figure 2 shows two interview situations of process modeling driven by domain experts. The media of BPM or the business process model and notation BPMN. It is the integration or use of media in business process. It is a pictorial or graphical presentation of business processes model. The use media models in business process models enhance the abstraction and resolution. See the figure. Figure shows typical BPMN media models. Text and narratives, process modeling tools are the media models of high abstraction and resolution. See the figures. Above figure shows a simple BPMN model for approval of a loan application. Below figure shows a complex BPMN model for making an energy consumption demand order. Intermediary objects. Media models provide as intermediary objects in the design network that permit shared cognition. These shared models considered as devices that either allow or restrict the access for collaborative participation. Media which allows collaboration is called open and which restricts collaboration called as closed. Generally, the models that use the software are considered as closed. There is control on these models and few people who are experts with the software can make the changes and there is a little chance of inviting the changes from other stakeholders. In these models process experts owned and also drive the models, hence domain experts become spectators. Now the idea is to open the media in order to have direct involvement into BPM by end users. Development of TBPM. Jonathan Edelman and Rebecca Carano used number of iterations of prototyping strategies during the development of TBPM. They are shown in the figure and explained in the following slides. Use of LegoSTM in role-playing. First iteration is to explore to change the media of BPM centered into the notion bringing the domain experts and process experts and engage them in role-playing by using LegoTM pieces for the representation of stakeholders at their respective places of work as shown in the figure. This step is away from high resolution and high abstraction when compared with media models. This move helped the players to gain empathy and more insight with other players. Post-ITR notes. Next iteration is use of post-ITR notes, which a favorite media model to design thinkers. Post-ITR notes offered as an outstanding memory aids for the domain experts for recalling the steps of the processes. These notes also provide an opportunity for both the process expert and domain expert could discuss on an object for clarification. Major shortcoming to post-ITR notes found that the domain experts unsuccessful in developing insights of BPM structures. These insights are central to break down the barriers to informed involvement in further stages of process modeling. Although post-ITR notes can be easily transferable and rearrangeable, they did not encourage the domain experts to convey their processes in terms of alternatives. Post-ITR notes make domain experts to rapidly recite the steps of their process, but did not lead to deeper understanding of their processes. Post-ITR notes are too less resolved and less abstract compared to traditional BPM media. Figure shows interview using post-ITR notes. Systems modeling objects. Next iteration is the use a set of acrylic blocks. Process experts and domain experts can write directly on these blocks with dry erase markers as shown in the figure. These pieces are easy to handle and also make changes in their interpretation of their processes by moving these pieces around the table. In Media Models framework, systems modeling objects establish a move towards less abstraction and less resolution than BPM media. Next iteration is TBPM, translating the 4 basic BPMN shapes as shown in figure into tangible acrylic pieces. See the figures. In TBPM, the table becomes definite player on which BPM lanes can be drawn with lines connecting activities. Major benefit of TBPM elements is they aid memory aid. Users, domain experts and process experts can structure their experiences not as steps as in case with post-ITR notes, but as process, with understanding parallelism and other alternatives. This can be achieved by keeping TBPM blocks one above the another. Interactions between process experts and domain experts be heightened and the level of involvement of these experts is outstanding. Domain experts can grasp the fundamentals of BPM concepts and also alternatives and parallelism in the processes. Domain experts go more in deep into the processes, note the details, exceptions, and make changes. Interviewers exhibited with TBPM elements has greater level of engagement with the specific domain expert in comparison to the standard interviews and also interviews with post-ITR notes. The reason for this higher level of engagement is the use of a shared physical object and domain-specific representation. As TBPM is domain-specific, it removed the worry of interpreting data. Much work of interpretation is happening on the table itself. This TBPM removed the bias towards the end user in user-centered design, and actual fact is that there are more than one kind of users in the whole process. They are the interviewer or process expert. TBPM is hybrid media wherein tangible elements are used. These models are more resolved and more abstract than role-playing with Lego TM, but less abstract and less resolved than traditional BPM media. Little training of the TBPM tools to the end users makes easier for them to really understand and also give meaningful feedback when they were presented with formal process models. TBPM and post-ITR notes convey us by simply having movable objects may not make meaningful interviews. For effectiveness, shared media further needs be fine-tuned to the domain in which it is situated. Thanks for watching. Comment for any suggestions. Like, share and subscribe for more videos.